Hello, I'm Dr. Macrene Alexiadis Armanakis. I'm a basic scientist and clinical dermatologist with a private practice and research clinic in Manhattan, New York City. My background is over 20 years in research. I have 3 Harvard degrees, an undergraduate degree in biology, a medical degree, and a PhD or a doctorate in molecular genetics. I was also a Fulbright scholar in molecular biology, and then moved into clinical dermatology as a career. I'm a board-certified dermatologist, and I see patients in private practice, but I also conduct research. I also spent 3 years as the consulting dermatologist to L'Oréal Paris. What I'd like to do today is introduce you to the culmination of my life's work, and that is 37 Extreme Actives High-Performance Anti-Aging Cream. It is my brainchild, if you will, but it also represents the culmination of work of scientists around the globe in skincare. Why did I create it, and what brought me to this point? Well, necessity is the mother of invention, is what I like to say, and it is absolutely true. As a private practitioner, patients would routinely bring shopping bags full of skincare products, from their medicine cabinet, dump them on my desk, and beg me, please tell me which of these are worth using, which one is safe for my skin, what is good for me to use. They were completely confused. So as time went by, because of my basic science background combined with my expertise in clinical dermatology, I became very facile at turning over the jar, the carton, reading the ingredients, and being able to tell them which ones were active ingredients and what they were good at, as well as which ones were potentially irritating or toxic to the skin. At the same time that this was occurring, the media increasingly was relying upon me, again because of my extensive background in basic science and research, to decipher the studies that were associated with new skincare products that were continually coming on the market almost on a daily basis. And as such, I became the expert judge for a number of magazines, including InStyle Best Beauty Buys, Allure Beauty Breakthroughs, and the like. Well, in addition to that, patients increasingly, and including the media, were clamoring, Dr. Macrene, please, can't you make one product instead of us having to layer on all these different products in order to achieve anti-aging to the skin? Interestingly, while all this was going on, I was conducting my own research on aging of the skin and had classified aging of the skin into various categories. Laxity, which is sagging, wrinkles, and then all the different facets of sun damage, which includes brown spots, redness, poor texture, and other parts, if you will, of sun damage, such as abnormal skin lesions or solar elastosis or yellowing of the skin due to the sun. And while doing this work and creating this classification scheme, which is currently used for FDA trials, at the same time I started to categorize unknowingly the active ingredients in skincare agents according to their effectiveness in the various categories of skin aging. And at the same time categorizing the ingredients based on how they worked, as for example antioxidants, anti-redness, anti-pigment, etc. And so came to a point where I was recommending the products which were absolutely the best at delivering the most proven ingredients in each of these various categories. But in order to get all these ingredients on the skin, one would have to layer at least 5 products a day. One, for example, as an antioxidant, the other as a polyphenol, the other as a collagen booster, etc. And so when the time came and I realized that not only were my patients, but the media and the whole world, if you will, completely overwhelmed with the overabundance of skincare products on the market, 37 Extreme Actives became the brainchild of all of this research. And so the concept was born of coordinating and combining comprehensively all the active ingredients one needs to cover all the needs of anti-aging. And what I did was take my basic science acumen and experience in micropacketing the ingredients so that they're each in their own individual microscopic packet and actively suspending them together in a single, very advanced cream technology. This was then shown to work in terms of each of the ingredients maintaining their effectiveness and their high level of safety through an outside independent third party laboratory, which is very high-end and does a lot of the clinical testing for the big companies. And it was able to show through objective means outstanding results in terms of safety, as well as outstanding results in terms of efficacy in anti-wrinkle, anti-redness, and anti-pigment, showing that these ingredients were active and stable together. The product now is a cream formulation, but functions like a serum in that it penetrates immediately in the skin. And no attention to detail was spared. The plant extracts are USDA certified, organically grown. It is paraben-free, propylene glycol-free, fragrance-free, and free of any animal or human-derived ingredients. And so it really is the pinnacle of not just activity in terms of efficacy, but also of safety. In addition, the packaging reflects that attention to detail. Everything is 100% recyclable. The carton itself is paperboard, and as we remove the cellophane wrap, we'll reveal the very advanced design of the packaging. It's actually called the Lotus Box, and it has been submitted for a design award. The jar is made of glass, made in France. Again, recyclable with a metal cap. And this was a touch that I myself thought up, and that is a mother-of-pearl spatula, again, all natural, for dispensing the product so as to protect the cream from any bacteria or contaminants from your fingers. Again, recyclable and natural with a velvet pouch. As one uncaps the jar, we remove the dust cover, and my recommendation is to take a pea size, no more than a hazelnut size amount of cream on the spatula, and to apply the cream from the spatula to the face. I personally like to dab my finger into the cream and then apply into the 4 quadrants of the skin, smoothing it in. And again, because it functions as a serum and penetrates very fastly, you will not have a residuum on the skin at all. In addition, it functions extremely well as an eye cream and absorbs very well in the around the eye area, as you can see here. So indeed, it replaces all the layers that one formerly would use to put on, but it also replaces having to have a separate cream for eye, a separate cream for morning, and a separate cream for night. As a matter of fact, it should be the first cream that one puts on after washing the skin with a non-soap gentle cleanser, patting dry, because it absorbs so quickly, morning and night. If there is another cream that one wishes to partner with this, always make it the second application. Specific ingredients that are missing from this cream, and intentionally so, are retinoids and alpha hydroxy acids, as well as SPF. And the reason for that is retinoids and alpha hydroxy can be irritating in certain skin types. So if somebody has a favorite retinoid or alpha hydroxy, that would be separate and something to be put on afterwards. And SPF should be put on 15 minutes before going out in the sun. So if there is a favorite SPF, that is again something that one would put on after applying your 37 Extreme Actives in the morning. Well, thank you so much for your attention, and I do hope that you will enjoy the product as much as I did in creating it.